Good afternoon. I'm Laura Freveletti, the CEO of the Les Turner ALS Foundation, and I want to add my welcome to all of you, both here in the room and if you're participating virtually, thank you for joining us today. Before I share a few remarks, I have a very special announcement to make, and that is that today is Dr. Bob Kalb's birthday. So, happy birthday, Bob. Yeah, would you? So, it's an honor to be with all of you here today at the 14th annual Les Turner ALS Symposium on ALS. And I'm extremely grateful to Dr. Hande Osdendler and the entire organizing committee, and a shout out to Telly for all the work that she does for putting this really important event together. Yes. This event is one of the most important gatherings for the ALS community, and each year it brings together leading scientists, clinicians, researchers, and people living with ALS, all united with a shared commitment to understanding and ultimately defeating this disease. Whether you're joining us today in person or streaming from your home or office, thank you for being part of this vital exchange of information and ideas. I want to acknowledge the groundbreaking work being done by everyone in the room. Your dedication to advancing ALS research, developing new treatments, and supporting people living with ALS is nothing short of remarkable. Together, we're chipping away at ALS, one discovery, one connection, and one step at a time. At the ALS Foundation, we believe that collaboration is the key to success, and events like this symposium are powerful reminders of what we can achieve together. That's why we're so thrilled to partner with the Sean M. Healy and AMG Center for ALS to launch the Acceleration Centers of Enrollment. I stumbled over those words, we call it ACE. Building on the remarkable success of the Healy platform trial, this exciting initiative aims to accelerate enrollment and operational improvements in ALS clinical research by increasing access to clinical trials, expanded access protocols, and non-therapeutic research studies. At Mass General, Drs. Merritt Kudkowitz, Sabrina Paganoni, there we go, and Doreen Ho provide leadership. Dr. Sunda Adrud-Driss, right here, provides leadership for the team at Northwestern. We are also supporting the effort with resources to help answer questions and clear obstacles that keep people from participating in clinical trials. Our guide to participation in ALS clinical research was published earlier this year, and in December, we'll release a brand new module of our ALS My Decision tool that's designed to help people make decisions about clinical research. Many thanks to our friends at Niels who supported the development of these resources. You can find it all at lesturnерals.org. Speaking of Dr. Driss, I would be remiss, that rhymes, didn't realize that before. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to congratulate Sunda on her recent investiture as the Les Turner ALS Foundation Herbert C. Wensky Professor at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. Sunda, for your achievements in ALS care and research, and for the compassion you bring to patient care, we can't thank you enough. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to extend our deep gratitude to the Les Turner ALS Center at Northwestern Medicine for sponsoring this event. And thank you to Mitsubishi Tanabe Pharmaceuticals, Amylyx Pharmaceuticals, New Motion, and our other sponsors of this year's symposium. Your partnership makes it possible for us to continue pushing the boundaries of ALS research and care. This afternoon, we have more outstanding presentations ahead. In just a few moments, you'll be hearing from Dr. Angela Genge, whose work on ALS clinical trial outcome measures is paving the way for new treatments and better patient care. Following that, we'll hear from our clinical conversation panel, where they'll discuss the latest in clinical care and how we can continue to improve the quality of life for people living with ALS and their families. This conversation is always inspiring because it's a reminder of the heart and compassion that drive us to do what we do. Before I hand it over to Senda, I want to turn your attention to the screen for a brief video. At the Les Turner ALS Foundation, what sets us apart is the personal relationship we have with the people that we serve. The organization was founded in 1977 by the family and friends of Les Turner out of a personal understanding of what was missing from the landscape of ALS care and research. Every step we've taken since then has been guided by that understanding. With that in mind, I want to introduce you in the video to the Hernandez family and the Caldani family. Their stories remind us of the toll of this disease and the strength that we find in each other. These families stand alongside us and every one of you in this room as we look toward a world free of ALS.
I was diagnosed with ALS August of 2020. I always rejected, but at the same time, you always have that feeling that this is the end. How am I going to tell my daughters? How am I going to talk to them? That was the hardest part about it.
At the beginning, we noticed it in his arms where he couldn't lift them anymore, and he was pretty strong. He was lifting very heavy things at his job, so that's the first clue that we noticed. He was a very independent person, and now relying on myself and my sister was a shift.
The idea that his daughters were going to have to take on so much, I think that was the hardest for him. It's your dad, it's the superhero, the strong one of the family, and for him to be so young as well and then be diagnosed with it was really hard.
My name is Justin Caldani. I'm 20 years old. I live out in Chicago, but St. Charles is home. My mom was diagnosed spring of 2022. It started slow, but it started to escalate into daily tasks.
I had been going to every type of specialist trying to figure out what was wrong with me. I had a feeling that was what the result would be, but it's horrific news and it takes a while for it to sink in.
When I first heard about it, it was kind of like I didn't really believe it. I didn't really know what to expect. A lot of unknowns. We just wanted answers.
We joined the Les Turner ALS Foundation last year. The support we felt right away. I knew that this is the right choice and the decision that we made.
It was a sense of community. It just felt like we were being welcomed with like big open arms. And you could tell they were trying to help us and figure out what's the best thing for our family.
You know, ALS is difficult, and the Les Turner ALS Foundation, they understand exactly what problems their patients are going to have. It was the foresight. It just helped us be prepared for what was to come.
We had a lot of questions, and having a hand to hold throughout the process, whether it's equipment, support, or just, a question, they're more than happy to help us.
They're really good about keeping us in the loop of things and just advancements as well. That's a huge part. We're making sure that we are finding a cure one day, because I know we will.
Rochelle is the social worker who is assigned to my case by Les Turner. She is a huge mental support for me. She is like a friend you can count on.
Karen is my nurse. I love her so much. It becomes also like a family to you.
All the doctors at Northwestern have been really great at figuring out a plan for him. We are covered and cared for, and we have the right tools to make sure that he is living his life as best as he can.
The Les Turner ALS Foundation has provided us experiences like going to the Cubs game. Being able to go out and just for a second enjoying something was huge for us.
Rochelle persuaded me to do the walk. We were able to raise almost $12,000, all from friends and family. Actually, walking in the event was fulfilling for our family and some friends. It was a beautiful day.
My relationship with my mom, it's always been really close. I think it's definitely gotten stronger.
My relationship with my dad has grown. Growing up, you see your dad as strong. And that's a physical strength. But this is a different type of strength that he's shown me.
Each day, I always try to keep positive, that I stay strong for my daughters. No matter what we go through life, you never give up.
If you're living with ALS, you know it's a terrible situation, and the best thing you can do is count your blessings and try your best to stay positive.
My mom told me I'm going down with the fight. She's gonna do everything she can to combat this for as long as possible.
This is a battle every single day. And the fact that they are able to say, I'm not giving up, I'm still going to power through it, is a great example for anyone.
To have a disease like ALS is devastating. With Les Turner's help and the dedicated doctors and their brilliant staff, I hope to keep living the best life I can.
The Les Turner Foundation, they've been a blessing to us. I just want to say thank you to all of them to make all this possible.